I hope I don't cut myself. Cut it right there. And this card is... Now, the very first thing, guys, is this is actually my wallet, okay? It's the wallet I have. It is not a Ridge wallet, although I would love one of those, but I'm too cheap to pay like $60 or $80 or even $95 for one of those wallets. And even then, I'm too cheap to buy this wallet. It's actually called Rid. It's basically like a fake Ridge wallet. I don't know, but my friend actually bought it for me on Amazon, so it's actually free to me. And my favorite part about this wallet, which I basically love, honestly, it's the same thing in my opinion. Well, it actually holds an Apple Airtag. So I'm the type of person, I'm always losing my wallet. I always think that I just left it somewhere. So this helps me out a lot. So let's say, for example, I'm trying to find my wallet. I can go on my iPhone. I can click on play a sound. See? And it actually goes ahead and makes a sound. And if I'm actually inside of my house and I can't find my wallet, I can click right here on my iPhone and it actually shows me when my wallet is near. How cool is that, right? So all those things are the reason I actually love this little wallet right here, because it does have that feature, which is pretty cool. But that's what's actually my wallet, I guess, okay? But what else is outside of my wallet? As you can see, there is cash. It is not US money though. It is actually Dominican Republic money. Now, I always carry the equivalent of about $20 in US. I did that also when I was actually in the US, okay? Because for the most part, if I have 20 bucks, I can get an Uber from about anywhere. I can buy something if I need the cash to buy something right away if they don't take debit. For the most part though, everywhere they take debit, or for example, bank transfers. So for the most part, $20 or the equivalent of that is more than enough for me. Now, the good part comes in, right? What's actually inside of my wallet? Well, this wallet actually holds about 12 cards, whether it's credit cards or debit cards. Spoiler alert, I don't have a single credit card inside of my wallet. I live fully debt-free. I don't do any debt, and it's just the way I live, okay? Now, inside here is the list of things I actually have, okay? I have 6 debit cards, I have 2 ID cards, and I also have 2 membership cards, and I even have 1 card which became obsolete, and I'm actually going to slice it because I don't actually need it and I can't find a scissors, so I'm gonna have to use this right here, okay? But for the most part, here's what I have, okay? Let me go ahead and pull it out right here, guys. I have 6 different debit cards, and here they are. For obvious reasons, I can't show the debit cards. But I have, for example, my favorite one absolutely is going to be the SoFi Worldwide card. Why do they call it that, okay? Why do they call it worldwide? Well, world debit. Well, I don't know if it's because of the MasterCard logo, but for the most part, this is a debit card. If I wanted to, I can use it in any ATM worldwide and they will refund me the ATM fee. And that to me is awesome. It's one of the main reasons I use it, especially living here in Dominican Republic. I can just go to an ATM and don't have to worry about paying $6 or $5 at an ATM. To me, that's awesome. And that's not even just here in DR. It's also anywhere in the planet they actually have this feature if you're one of those members from the past. But they're actually a very good debit card company or savings accounts because they also have a high yield savings, which actually saves you a lot of money or makes you a lot of money. Then I also have, for example, a standard debit card from Dominican Republic here, which is like Banco Popular. I also have, for example, a standard Chase debit card, which is obviously from Chase. You guys know Chase. And I just have debit cards, man. I don't have anything else. And I have another debit card, which is from here. And I also have, for example, like Puerto Rico stuff, okay? But for the most part, 2 of these debit cards, they're actually gonna go. They're obsolete too. Like the Puerto Rico debit cards, like these 2 right here, I actually don't need them, so I'm gonna get rid of them. On top of that, this membership that I have for Costco, I'm gonna get rid of it too because I'm no longer using Costco anymore. So that's gonna be gone. And on top of that, I also even have like this thing right here, which is like an auto espresso. I don't need that either. That's like when you have like a car and you can kind of go through the polls. What are they called? Tolls, yeah. And then you just have that. I don't need that either. So for the most part, doing this video, I realized I have like 4 cards which I don't need. So I'm gonna have to get rid of those too, okay? But that's basically all I have in my wallet. I have 11 cards. I'm getting rid of 4. So in total, I'm gonna keep, what is it, like 7 cards now, which is pretty decent, I guess. And for the most part, if you made it all the way to the end of the video, which I told you guys is gonna be a short video because I'm a pretty average guy, you know? And the reason I don't use, for example, credit cards, or I don't have any cards whatsoever, is because I don't wanna be in debt. I don't do credits. I don't care about points. I don't care about cashback features. I just don't care about things because in reality, when I have credit cards, and studies show that you tend to spend more money, although you might not think you do. And for me, getting 2% back or 1% back, it's just not even worth having to worry about a credit card. So I just don't use them. It's just my personal opinion, and that's how I roll, okay? And that's basically it. Oh, I almost forgot. If you made it all the way to this point of the video, in total, in these debit cards, I carry around like a total amount about like 15 to like $2,000. Not even thousand, like 15,000. No, I have like a savings account to have like my real money. But for the most part, I don't even carry that much cash in my debit. I just carry the card with the money that I need for the month. And that's basically it, okay? One thing I've learned from all these years of having a wallet and having like credit cards and debit cards is that when you have access to money, you have the opportunity and the option to spend the money. But if you don't have the option to actually spend the money, you don't spend it. So when I only have these debit cards with that much money, I can't spend more than that because that's all I have available to spend. So for me, this actually ends up working best. Now, at a certain point, I used to carry around a lot more cash, but then I realized that I do spend cash like a lot sometimes. So I decided just like keep like 1,000 and only use it if I have, for example, like an emergency, or if I want to buy something quickly and just get it like then, okay? But for the most part, that's all I have in my wallet. I told you guys, okay? Your wallet is probably more exciting than mine, except my wallet is cooler because I do have this little Apple Airtag right here, and I think that is awesome. So this is a full rig. You could probably find it on Amazon if you actually want to find it, which is cool. But the Ridge wallets, man, they're beautiful wallets. I just can't be bothered to spend $95 on a wallet. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you get notified. Comment down below, do you have a minimalist wallet, or do you have, for example, one of those normal wallets, you know, the ones that are like a book that open and close, okay? Comment down below and let me know. All right, up here is another video. Over here is my face. And as always, long-term team officially out. This card is gone. It's done, okay? This card's done. Don't need it anymore. I could probably do the same thing with my Costco one, but I think it doesn't expire until like the end of this year. All right, so I'm gonna keep it until the end of this year. All right, that's it.